Well, that was interesting.
Mhm.
The Indiana Pacers were down 111 to 94 with 6 minutes and 14 seconds left in the game. Aaron Neesmith at that point goes on a 6 3-point must like goes on and just hit 6 3-pointers. Tyrese hit what thought to be the game winner, but his foot was on the line, so he basically had some Kevin Durant esque. He
Someone
went
check the foot
to
again, please.
so they went to OT where they won 138 to 134, 138 to 135. We'll get to AE and Shea in a minute with the Thunder and the Wolves, how how the Thunder just annihilated them on 114-88 on Tuesday. But it was actually a closer game than what the score is saying. So, but dude, this Pacers series is going to be all time great. We do have a clip of the game winner for those who didn't see and who all wants to get a laugh at the Knicks.
With it. Halliburton. He'll take it. He'll backpedal a three for the win. And go! He got it!
It sucks that wasn't a three because that would have been an all-time moment. I mean, it still is, but the fact that like he can't ever use that again is kind of sucks that it got it's not necessarily wasted the choke move, but I think that just the way that things shook out, you can't even try and do that again, especially with Reggie Miller and the legacy that he has with that organization.
But we do.
Can I also just say really quick that imagine they lost and he did that?
Oh yeah,
Like they lost in overtime. I don't think he could ever live that down.
I think he can because you literally came back from like practically down 20 points and to tie the game and go to overtime. It's like,
bro, you know what's crazy about that whole
like that is one of the greatest comeback. Like I got some stats for y'all after Nazir gets his comment, but some stats that is actually insane. So I think he would. I don't think people would ever have a problem with that kind of move in that moment because Reggie Miller lost when he did it. So,
bro, the whole crazy thing about that sequence, I was watching that entire game, and the Knicks weren't even playing bad defense. They were just making shots. It was actually kind of crazy. They were literally
these shots were like,
bro, they were
four
crazy
hands
shots.
in his face.
They were prayers, is what they were.
Fade away.
The Knicks were literally just playing like straight up like good defense on Naismith because Naismith can't move like that. He can just go up and shoot. So they're playing good defense, on ball defense, and he's just making it. I'm like, what is going on? Like they're not playing bad basketball. So I don't know what they got going on in Indiana. What they do to sacrifice their coach, the Colts manager. What did they do? Like I was so shocked there. I was just like, okay, I can't even be mad at the Knicks because they played pretty good into that last possession of overtime. So I don't know. It was very interesting to see that offense be that explosive again. And
so
yeah,
Caitlin Clark even tweeted, "Pacers are the greatest comeback team I've ever seen."
I mean,
She
He
might
can
have a
never
point.
count them out.
they kind of are right now. I mean, they're breaking all the comeback records. I mean, granted, the Knicks just did it to the Celtics too, but
So
I don't know.
So the reason why Tyrese Halliburton would live that down is there was a 0-1,414 record coming into Wednesday when the team was down 9+ in the final minute of the fourth quarter of a play or OT of a playoff game. That's now the Pacers 1-415. 1-1,415. Since 1996, teams that have trailed by 7+ in the final 50 seconds of the fourth quarter or OT in the playoffs are 4-1,702. The Pacers have 3 of those this season. So before that,
3 series in a row.
So before that, it was 1,609.
All I gotta say is, bro, Gary Trent, you're safe, bro. It wasn't you. It's just the Pacers. It wasn't you, bro. I'm not even mad.
Can I
also
also
never
just
show his
say,
face in New York City ever again?
Mind
Can
you,
I
they were
just say
down
that
14 with under 3 minutes left.
I didn't think the Knicks even played it that bad down the stretch either.
They
It's
didn't.
not like when the Bucks lost
They
where
had a
they had a
great
couple of
game
mistakes.
plan.
Like the Knicks, they executed everything except making the free throws at the end. Like it was
That's
literally
what
just
kills
Aaron
you.
Neesmith went on a generational heater to tie the game, pretty much.
But that's what happens when a team believes in each other. Stuff like that can happen, and say what you want, but I think that they could mess around and play in the finals, win the finals the way they playing right now.
If they play the Timberwolves, they have a very good chance at winning the finals because Rudy Gobert cannot move, and they're going to move him to the perimeter and destroy him like they did Brook Lopez. I know exactly what
They do exactly what they did with Brook, yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what they're going to do. Rick Carlisle is praying to God that they play the Timberwolves to get Rudy Gobert on the perimeter because Chet can play on the perimeter. I'm not going to lie because he's just faster and he's longer. He can play on the perimeter. But if Rudy Gobert is in the finals against the Pacers, it's not going to be very fun for the Wolves. And I'm just be honest with you. Unless they have Naz Reid in the game, he can play. So,
and
it's so we could jump right into the Timberwolves and Thunder series. They lost. The Wolves lost 114-88. That game was a lot closer than what we thought it was. I mean, granted, they took out players with 3-4 minutes left, and I guess the Thunder just went on a tear and just absolutely. I say they just absolutely just won.
It was still a 15-point game regardless. They were not making shots in the third and fourth quarter. Their second half was absolutely abysmal. The first half they were playing pretty well. Ant was making some great threes and talking his talk against Shea, and it is what it is. But the second half it was bad, dude. Naz Reid was bricking every three. Rudy Gobert had 2 points, I'm pretty sure. Dante DiVincenzo looked non-existent. Ant was getting double, triple team like Steph Curry out there. I mean, Mike Conley's old, so he can't carry a team. I mean, it's just Julius Randle was playing pretty good. It's been the Julius Randle show pretty much this whole playoffs. But
Julius Randle had 20 before the half.
Yeah, I'm saying he was playing good. It's just everybody else just not up to level with him and Ant. It was very interesting to watch. Rudy Gobert, I don't know. I love that he's a defensive player and stuff, bro. But to be a great, bro, you gotta have some type of offensive presence. Even Draymond has a little bit with passing the ball and knowing the game and IQ. You know what I'm saying? He's just 2 points, bro. 2 points, and you're the third best player in your team right now. I don't get it. It is what it is, though.
Shea had 20 of his 31 points in the second half.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling you that it was a closer game than what that score is telling you. I mean, yes, the Thunder scored. Yes, the Thunder outplayed the Wolves 38-22 in the fourth, but I mean, they just
70-40 in the second half.
Yeah, 70-40.
It really was
the Wolves are up at half.
Yeah, 70-40 though. That's come on. The second half was horrible for them. They could not make a shot.
Well, just look at how many more threes they were taking than the freaking Thunder. It's 15-1 from the three. They were 35% from the field overall. That's not gonna win you a playoff ball game.
They can't go inside
ball game in Oklahoma City.
They can't go inside. Rudy Gobert's not scoring on them.
Yeah, it's bad, bro. I mean, how about they said the X factor was going to be Jalen Williams. That's what I thought
he was starting to play pretty good at one point, and he didn't even need to because everybody else started stepping up. And bro, just watching Julius Randle, he was taking it to him. Ant was trying to take it to him, but that's their main priority is to stop him. I mean, their bench is okay, and Nikhil Anderson or whatever his name is, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's cousin. He was playing okay for a little bit because he's playing against his cousin, but it wasn't enough. And this team is really showing they're deep and they're good on every aspect, on every level. I don't know, man. It's looking rough right now. I still want Wolves to win, but I don't know. It might be 5 or 6 games, right? Maybe 5. I'm gonna be honest with you. So
going back to the Pacers in the next game, Brunson had 43 points.
Man, Donovan Mitchell game and lost, bro. Oh my god.
What is up with these players and they teams having they star player get 40 and still losing?
Well,
it's terrible.
This kind of goes back to what I was saying pre-series on our Tuesday show, where the Western Conference matchup is going to be more defense-oriented and the East one is going to be more offense-oriented. They scored 43 points, but as a team, it's not like Cat didn't show up either. He still had 35. You can't ask for much more from him either, really. He had a fantastic game. And it's just that Indy shot the lights out, and it feels like over and over again, we're just saying about the Pacers, when are they going to start missing? And they just never do. They maybe have 1 or 2 games a series where they're a bit off from the field, and they're able to overcome it by just playing good team ball.
We do have a comment saying Julius Randle played like the second coming of Steph Curry, though. Yeah,
Let's relax.
that's.
Let's relax.
I mean, hey, he ain't lying. He ain't what, like 6 threes?
That's from Sam. Relax. He knew that.
Being as you're PO'd.
Getting a little bit of rage bait in there.
That's a little rage bait. Relax, buddy. I don't want to hear that word again.
That was the one the one open spot for the Wolves in that game too, though, was that corner three with Julius Randle. That's what they had to exploit more in that Thunder team, but they didn't do a good job with that, especially in the second half.
Look, man, I'm telling you, bro. I said this before the Pacers Knicks started. Cat needs to have a great series, and he needs to be the number 2. I'm telling you, when Cat is the number 2 on offense and he's healthy, he is amazing. But I guess that wasn't enough to stop the Black Magic we saw last night. 35 points and 43 points from Brunson. You got the 1 and the 2. You just need a little bit of help with the free throws, I guess, at the end of the game. And OG Anunoby I think he missed one. But man, I need that again out of Cat, because if Cat can score that much, they can win. Like
it's not going. I don't think he's going to be like that. I don't think he's going to be that effective again. Like
I don't know, bro. They don't guard him well. Like at all in the perimeter. They don't guard him well in the interior either. Like I haven't seen Cat do that in like a month or two. And he
how bad the Pacers played at the beginning of the game, and through the third quarter to be down that bad before he went on that Cinderella run. You're not going to see that kind of play again.
I don't know, man.
They're going to make the adjustments like every other playoff team would. They're going to make the adjustments. How can we do this so we won't be in this situation again? They're going to find a scheme.
You could have Mikal Bridges go off too. So I don't know. It depends on the day, I guess. But
then when you look at the Pacers, then you got Siakam go off, and then you got Miles Turner go crazy like he did against the Cavs. Like it goes both ways.
Yeah, it's even for sure. I'm just saying, if Cat's in my opinion, the more high-profile player when it comes to like him and Siakam right now. I think if Cat is at that level, they can win easily, and they just
played at that level and lost.
I know.
Cat is the biggest X factor in this entire series, and it's just because of the fact that we saw what happened in Minnesota as he didn't show up in the big moments. It's like game 1, game 2, you're going to put up 35, you're going to get 15 rebounds. And then once you get to game 5 and 6, it's 12 and 8 and missing free throws.
That's what I mean. The consistency.
Exactly.
If he stays consistent,
and the biggest part, like you said, when it was coming down to big moments, Cat had one shot in OT.
It was kind of a flurry play. Like it wasn't a designed play. It was just kind of.
But that was his only shot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but it looked like he might have been dealing with some injury or something in that fourth quarter. I don't know if it was in the start of overtime or in the fourth quarter still, but he was kind of limp jogging his way up the floor every time.
Edwards was playing with one leg.
Y'all notice how they took Cat out? They lost. I'm just saying, X factor on that team, bro. He was playing insane for 3 quarters. Like Chris said, he had some nick on his leg. I don't know, and they took him out, and the Pacers just came back and destroyed him. I'm not saying that's the reason why, but you got to think. Cat was making some type of impact on defense, apparently.
Well, making an impact for sure, yeah. But when it comes down to big moments, like Drew said, when it comes down to big moments, he didn't show up. And
he got put in. He got taken out for a quarter and put in overtime. Yeah, it's going to be tough to make that shot for anybody.
I'm not talking about the 3. I'm talking about just an overtime period, like being the impact he was. He was getting blown by in OT.
Well, that's normal. We've seen that.
And then they remember they put streets up in these dudes' names, so they have to they have to show up in big situations. And what happened? They folded.
Here we go.
Oh boy!
And they folded.
It's their team playing. Their city is rooting for their team, bro.
Not worry about the Knicks. I gotta say, the Pacers went and did it in the Garden in game 1, came back from behind,
and won the game.
Pretty much shut everybody up. It's going to be. I get they go back for game 2, but if they take that 1-2, this series is over. If they go up 2-0 in the Garden, one of the hardest places to play in basketball, they will win this series and they will win it in 5.
Exactly, like they did to the Cavs
and the Bucks.
They did it the whole playoffs.
then we gotta pray that the Thunder take them out because they're not beating the Thunder. I'll just tell you
We'll
that.
see.
Well, the way they playing right now,
We'll
I
see.
You
mean,
need to stop. Y'all need to stop,
If there's one legitimate concern I
T-Wolves are
have
coming
about
back.
Indy, though, it's the Mitchell Robinson was so effective on the offensive boards in that game, and so was Cat to an extent as well.
They
I
were
think
playing good.
Yeah, to kill Gobert. Gobert had 3 rebounds.
You can't even make this up. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I was just thinking, for Indy moving forward in this series, they're gonna have to be better on those defensive boards for sure. That was one of the reasons why I thought with like 3 minutes left or so, I didn't count Indy out obviously because you can, especially at this point. But one of the reasons they struggled earlier on in that game is because the Knicks were getting second and third chances every game, and that's a lot more sustainable than Aaron Nesmith going 8 for 9 from 3, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's not
so
going
we
to
don't
happen
have to
again.
leave that there because we probably went over a little bit of time. But hey, they're corny for how they put street names up there.
Oh
and
my
they won.
God. Get
Oh,
over
boy.
it.
Just
Here
live
we
with it.
go.
Hey, real
I'm
quick
just
question.
live
You didn't
with
answer
that.
my question still. Is it corny that there were 5 murals of Giannis up in Milwaukee before he even won an MVP award? Is that corny? No.
MVP or the finals?
Before he won an MVP, there were murals of Giannis in Milwaukee. Is that corny?
No, but how many championships no, not for him.
Okay,
but how
when did they
many
get to
championships
3?
He
had
hasn't
a
won a
Bucks
chip
won?
before
When
he
did they
won
get
an
to 3?
How many championships had a Bucks won?
One.
How many had the Knicks won?
You're not listening. Before the MVPs, before
And
the
Kareem
finals.
doesn't have one.
Was that corny? Kareem don't got one. I'm just saying. Giannis had it before the MVPs. Is that corny? I'm trying to figure that out. Is it corny?
I don't think it
You're
is.
literally comparing the Bucks to the Knicks.
Yeah.
I think
What
5's a
you
lot.
mean?
I think 5's a lot.
Yeah, 5's a lot. Cool. But it's
I keep
before
saying-
before he won anything. Before he won anything, they had murals of one person. 5 murals. There's 3 or 5
Giannis?
murals across Milwaukee.
You're talking about drawings, then instead of naming streets. Somebody
the
can
same
draw on
concept.
a canvas all they want.
It's the same concept. That's permanent.
It's not the same concept.
The street is not permanent, bro. The street is
Did-
temporary.
Did the
They're
city
not
of
gonna keep
Milwaukee
that
draw
forever.
those concepts?
What?
Did the city of Milwaukee draw those concepts?
They allowed it.
They allowed it, but did they do it? Did they have someone go out there and draw?
Probably. I
No,
don't
they
know.
didn't.
I don't know who
No, they
did that. If you saw it, you would see it's probably Milwaukee. It's not people going up that high to make big murals of Giannis. No,
You'll be surprised about how high people will go to spray paint.
it's called
You
vandalism.
would be and if they allow it, they didn't have officials that went down there and did it.
The
We're
murals
gonna
are like a building tall.
We're going to agree on having our streets named after these players that ain't
Temporarily for the.
It's just for the
finals.
run, I think, isn't
Literally
it? They're
just
not
for the
naming
run.
it like
How is that
Jalen
corny?
Brunson Way the entire time.
No, we're not talking about that, but you haven't won yet.
You don't have to win to cheer on your team.
That's not cheering on your team.
What do you mean? That is the definition of cheering on your team.
Naming
literally
street,
the
there
definition.
is a line when it comes from cheering
Just let them
for
have
your
fun.
team
They've been asked for
and
20
naming
years straight.
streets
That's what I'm saying. They've been
that
bad since
taxpayers are paying for.
Jalen.
There's
They've
a
been bad
difference.
before I was born. When you were 1 year old, bro.
Did Michael
They-
Jordan
haven't made the
have
conference finals
a
since
street
2000.
named after him before they
He
won the
didn't
finals?
need one. He was winning 6 fine. He was scoring 30
You
points.
didn't hear
a
me
game.
say it before they won the finals.
He's saying before the finals.
No,
Before they
before
won
the
the
finals.
finals.
Why are you comparing it to a one person?
Because that's what supposedly Jalen Brunson is, right?
Bro, the whole
He's
team is
supposed,
good.
he's supposed to be
what
the
is-
next.
what have the Knicks done
face
since
of the franchise,
2000?
right?
What
Hey,
have the
PJ
Knicks done
Tucker got a
since
streak too.
2000?
Don't forget about that.
What have the Knicks done in 20 years, bro?
Absolutely nothing. So what? Absolutely nothing. So why did they deserve to have their name?
Because they made the Eastern Conference Finals and the city wants to
Congratulations,
push them to
you
win
won
the
the second
finals.
round.
The city wants to push them to win the finals, bro.
Congratulations, you won the
It's
second round.
temporary, and you getting mad because it's a street name, bro. Come on, bro.
Congratulations, you
it's
won the
literally cheering
second
on your
round.
team. It's cheering on your team. You don't have to win the finals.
It's
Philly
better than
does
the
all
writing
that
that they
stuff.
typically do.
Did Bryce Harper get one for making the NLCS?
You don't have to, bro. If you
Philly is the same way. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No,
Philly
it's
is
not the same
way
thing.
fans.
So the Knicks being bad for 20
Where's
years is the
Bryce
same
Harper's
thing. It's
mural?
the same thing for Harper. It's basketball. They don't care about that stuff in New York, bro. They love the Knicks.
And they love the Phillies in Philly. Where's Bryce Harper's at?
bro.
Before they won the
Philly's been
NLCS.
notoriously bad. They bro,
won the divisional round. Where's Bryce Harper's at?
Hey, Eagles won the Super Bowl. They trashed the whole city. Are you mad at the fans for that?
They won the Super Bowl. You just answered my argument. They won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they are you mad at the fans for that?
Did they trash the fans? Did they trash
before
the
they won the Super Bowl? Did
they trash the city by just going to play the Commanders?
Before they won the Super Bowl, they were trashing the city, bro. Are you mad at them?
Did they not win the NFC Championship?
Before they won the NFC Championship, they were in the division.
No, they did not. They did not trash the city. No, they did not.
Yes, they did.
Find video of it.
I have friends in Philly saying that when they won a divisional round, they were destroying that city. Yes, they did. Absolutely. They were sending me videos of people in that city like destroying stuff and like jumping on cars and on light poles after that. Yes, they did, bro. I'm not
comparing like two of the worst franchises in sports, the fan bases.
Bro, it's okay to cheer on your team for putting temporary street signs up. I don't see the issue in that. I think that it's not corny at all. It's literally pushing it's motivating your team. It's the same thing.
No, you're adding more pressure to it.
If any other team did this, it's not corny. I guarantee.
Yeah, go ask a New Yorker what they feel about it. I don't think anybody's pissed off.
Yeah, you're not seeing an outcry or anything anywhere. It's literally just a fun little gesture for the city to get behind the players.
I hate that the street's called Mitchell Robinson Boulevard.
Like literally, like then you tried to compare it to role players like Pat Connaughton yesterday, bro. Pat Connaughton literally is for the community in Milwaukee. If they named a street after him, so what? Like what? He literally goes out and does things for Milwaukee that other people will not do. So yes, if he had a street named after him for going to the finals run, who cares? Everyone would love that because guess what? They're real fans. That's the whole definition of it. Like it's temporary, bro. It's not that big of a deal.
I mean, congrats. You won the second round.
Yeah, and they pushed them to win the Eastern Conference Finals, bro. That's what it is.
Congrats. I mean, you beat the Celtics. That's their finals.